The incredible power of Zero Squad, the vassals of the Soul King. Even the heavens and the earth tremble under the weight of their divine power, literally. If you've seen the latest Bleach episode, I assume you're still in shock. Therefore, in this video, I'll help you understand exactly how powerful they are, drawing from the anime, manga, and data books.
ようこそ私のソウルソサエティへ。仕方ないっすね。挽回観音開き紅姫改め。
I expected Kubo to make adjustments to the Zero Squad battle, but the idea that he would make them this powerful was inconceivable. Having superior power to the Gotei 13, forget about that. Each of them is a godly threat to the universe itself. But before I address that, let's do some revision. Ruler of the Grain, Kirio Hikifune. Even before being empowered by Royal Palace, Hikifune was so strong that according to Kuriyashiki, they could both handle a small mountain-sized hollow with a similar degree of ease. That is, at bare minimum. Kirio possesses a genius-level intellect as she was able to invent the artificial soul and the means of inserting it into a body. And with the same principle, she can insert her own Reiatsu into others through food, thereby increasing their power levels to a higher dimension. Hikifune can also generate trees from her palms, or other plant-based elements for support, defense, or offense. Given enough time, she can summon Inochi no Ori, that is the Cage of Life, which can sprout branches to devour any escaping Reishi. It is quick and absorbent enough to consume even Lily's Reishi, the latter being one of Yuha's strongest turn witchers. Even Yuha Baha, who had enough power to use Genryusai's bankai after absorbing it, resorted to the use of a medallion in order to escape the Cage of Life. Both Yuha and Yamamoto easily surpassing Asashiro Soya, whom in his battle with Zaraki could easily surpass Senna's feat, which could push entire worlds apart. At bare minimum, planetary bodies pulled together by their gravitational forces. By the way, Asashiro's video will be coming soon. Now, even the Cage of Life, which could hold this level of power, does not even begin to account for 1% of Zero Squad's power. Hot Spring Demon Tenjiro Kirinji, a genius in the arts of medicine and Kido, who invented an entire domain of Kido by himself, known as Kaido, which he taught to Unohana, and the hot springs which could heal wounds beyond Unohana's level. And his inventions do not end there, as he created his own version of Flash Step, which could surprise even the likes of Soifun. With this speed and Kinpika, he was able to defeat the likes of Jugram Hushwalt in a clash of weapons in a Reishi-deprived space. Toshin, or God of the Sword, Oetsu Nimaiya, the #1 Zanpakuto creator. Facing Yuha's Shutsta fell by himself, the strongest turn witchers whom even Lil Tatsu viewed as unrivaled men, he virtually speed blitzed and one-tapped all of them, accomplishing all of this with speed, Zanjutsu, and a Zanpakuto that could not be held in any sheath, Sayafushi. Oetsu is not only powerful but also ancient, as he was around since the dawn of Soul Society to forge every Zanpakuto, and has the power to sense the location of every Zanpakuto he has ever forged. I was once asked if Oetsu could defeat Genryusai, but based on current information, as you will soon find out, Oetsu using his true power would be a god compared to Genryusai. The 1,000-armed Great Weaver, Senjumaru Shutara. In Kanfir Own World, Senjumaru was placed in the same domain of intelligence as the likes of Mayuri Kurotsuchi and Kisuke Urahara. Mayuri even claimed that her technology could ward off all forms of teleportation, including Tenkai Kechu, hence preventing a royal palace invasion through teleportation. Shutara is known for her tremendous speed and can use her threads in seemingly infinite ways, even to the extent of weaving constructs in the midst of battle and manipulating threads of Reishi. Furthermore, she can even use her threads to instantly regenerate injuries, or create dummies or copies of herself which can bleed. Shutara is also implied to be very old, as she created the Shihakusho, and seems to have known Yuha approximately 1,000 years ago. Ichibe Hyosube, the monk who calls the true name, he who named all the phenomena which occur in the Soul Society. Ichibe has had over 1,000,000 years to master all the Shinigami arts and gain incredible wisdom. At one point, he was a host of the Soul King's left arm, which is able to govern evolution, and would apparently grant Ichibe the power of biological manipulation. Of course, he gave this up to seal Yuha's almighty over 1,000 years ago, but just imagine how insane he was with Pernida's power and his own. Additionally, the monk possesses posthumous telepathy and can steal power from those who willingly speak his name to bring himself back to life. Although he requires time to fully restore his own power, he can even use massive spirit appendages to attack his opponent from a distance. With seemingly endless abilities, Ichibe can also use hidden Kido spells, combined with enough physical strength to shatter Yuha's Reishi constructs and overpower his Blut and Haben. Furthermore, according to the events of Kanfir Own World, Ichibe possesses cosmic awareness as he can see across the realms. His base Zanpakuto toe is able to cut through names and as a result cut through powers as well. His Shikai, Blackened Ichimonji, allows him to control all the black in the universe, and that which is covered in black loses its name and power, as it awaits the release of the oldest bankai known as Shinuchi, Shirafude Ichimonji, which will then etch a new name and existence into that blackened being. This is so ridiculous that writing Black Ant upon Yuha's body literally made him as powerful as a black ant. An endless source of power, Ichibe can pull blackness from wherever he wishes in the universe instantly. Even from 100 years in the future, where he was able to pull the darkness of 100 nights, back to the present with which he would construct the Futen Taisatsu Ryo, the mausoleum of complete existence erasure and non-reincarnation. Now then, according to the latest episode of the Bleach anime, which is directly supervised by Kubo, the members of Squad Zero, Senjumaru, Kirio, Tenjiro, and Oetsu linked their lives to one another in order to seal off their true swords. Thus, when 3 of the 4 members kill themselves, the one remaining will be able to use the full power of his or her sword. And in this case, it was Senjumaru Shutara. The members of Squad Zero had to seal their true powers because even the slightest use of their power would cause the heaven and earth of the 3 worlds to tremble. And according to the Jisho.org and other official sources, the term she used, Tenchi, refers to the earth as well as the universe surrounding it. And with the release of her bankai, the shaking of the cosmos extended from Royal Palace, beyond the region where Ichigo and the others were journeying to Royal Palace, all the way down to the Serete and even the living world. She accomplished this by merely saying the name of her bankai. And according to Senjumaru, this applies to the other 3 members as well, meaning that any one of them could shake the cosmos by merely releasing bankai. The heaven and earth of the 3 worlds would apply to the living world, Soul Society, and Weikomundo. And whether you choose a contextual definition of planet or realm will not change the definition of Tenchi, which includes heaven, the planet, sky, and moon of the Weikomundo space, the oceans of stars beyond the Soul Society planet within the Soul Society dimension, across the Dangai Precipice world, which is its own separate space-time, the living world space, which includes Earth, populated with galaxies all the way into the distance, with the inhabitants of Earth perceiving the world of living space as a universe, with the same types of astronomy-based equipment like satellites that we possess in real life. In essence, the Bleach cosmology consisting of the 3 main dimensions, in addition to the Royal Palace and more than likely the Dangai Precipice world which exists between dimensions, and the oceans of stars and galaxies that they contained were shaken at the mere release of Senjumaru's bankai. And according to common knowledge, the power of bankai is then taken and woven into different techniques, which are then far greater than the casual energy released by the bankai. So Squad Zero can not only shake the entire universe, but are even stronger once they start to use the power of bankai into different techniques. It also makes sense that Ichibe doesn't have to go through the same restrictions as the rest of Zero Squad, as his true power manifests in the form of black, all the blackness of the cosmos. And if each member of the Zero Squad can easily release this level of power, with the additional knowledge that bankais can release additional power with special techniques, like Genryusai concentrating all of its power in the edge of the blade, or Byakuya constructing the Shukei Hakuteiken, which is 1,000 times stronger than a Senkei blade, at least quantitatively, as 1,000 Senkei blades create the one Hakuteiken sword. Depending on how hard they try and the method you use, a single Squad Zero member could very well range from the galaxy level up to universal. And the fact that they forbid themselves from going all out simultaneously could very well mean that they would end up destroying the universe itself. Notably, the power level of Senjumaru's bankai is not the only distinguishing element. When she faced Gerard and took out her needle, she used the word Shigarami, which I believe was a release of her Shikai, as her bankai noticeably contains the word Shigarami as well. Shatatsu Karagara Shigarami no Tsuchi. And according to her word, she sealed off her true sword, not only the bankai, which means that the Shikai she used against Gerard would pale in comparison to her true Shikai. And in terms of ability, the way we've been taught that Shikais and bankais function makes Senjumaru's bankai abilities more expansive in nature, which, like Ichibe's power over creation, is fitting for someone who is close to the Soul King. Her bankai uses attack reflection to turn back the power of the X-axis, which is supposed to pierce through all things, reflecting its effects onto Lile's body as with a mirror. Against Naklevar, she used physical attacks from all sides, with spikes like the Iron Maiden. Then she simply swallows Pernida with black sand, before freezing Gerard, setting Jirgam ablaze, and seemingly absorbed Uryu's life force. And for the finale, it seems they have become part of her cloth design. But the point is, her bankai use attack reflection, fire, ice, sand, sealing, and seemingly energy absorption. That's insane. But if Zero Squad, who were strengthened by Ryo's power, is this powerful, then how strong is Soul King Yuha, who absorbed the Ryo, who gave Zero Squad the Oken, and final battle Ichigo and Aizen, who fought Yuha? Squad Zero is insane.